So after getting the car ready, putting in all this work in the downtime, we headed out to Mineral Wells for round 2 of Lone Star Drift. When we showed up, it was already wet, rainy outside. It had been raining the entire night prior. So when we first got to the track, the first thing we had to do was toe plate the car just to confirm that the way we had set it up with the new steering rack was going to be correct. So we took the car out, did 3 laps, steering went limp, and I knew immediately something was wrong. We pulled the car in, checked it out, and it had blown the side seals on the steering rack. I think it's because the WiseFab has so much angle. We're still kind of figuring that whole thing out. It's not something I have too much experience with, to be honest, so it's kind of all experimental for us right now. Pretty much the entire first day was spent under the car, kind of assessing the situation of it and figuring out what our next move was from there. About middle of the day, my friend Alex from Slide Life shows up just randomly. I just see his black Vans walk right next to my car, and I knew exactly who it was. And without hesitation, he jumps under the car and is just immediately throwing us advice on what he would do in the situation, offering us tools to help get everything fixed. And I don't think we would have had the car ready if he didn't help us out. I mean, he builds cars at such a high level, you know, and he's been through everything with cars that I think to have that kind of experience and knowledge there to help guide our decision, you know, in our path and what we did that day and in that moment was instrumental in at least getting us on the track for day 2. So day 2, we got to the track and get in the car, kind of, you know, not knowing how things are gonna work out. Just jump in and hope the diff is gonna hold. And we're hoping that we can just kind of band-aid the power steering issue by constantly filling it. You know, go do 3 laps, come back in, fill it. Do 3 laps, come back in, check it, top it off, whatever. That's what we ended up doing the rest of the day. We go out and car held up, thank God. You could immediately tell the difference in the rear end of the car. It wasn't clunky feeling, everything felt solid. You know, every clutch kick, every transition, it didn't feel like something was loose, whereas before you could definitely tell something wasn't right back there. You know, we're feeling real good, car's feeling solid, we're making it work. About midday, my dad and my mom showed up, which is kind of cool to have, you know, my family come out. You know, they try to make it out whenever they can. I run over to the driver's meeting, I'm hanging out, and they're kind of going over everything, you know, small changes to the track, and they gave us 45 minutes to do a couple more laps on the track just to get a feel for everything that they wanted us to change. Then we went straight into competition. So yeah, top 32, and we're up against Zach Mitchamore. He's got a quick car, man. You know, it's LS3, cams, ported heads, dog box. He doesn't have a quick change yet, but it's a quick car, you know, it's a fast car. So I knew I had my work cut out for me. Being the higher qualified driver, I got to do my lead first, which, like, to some degree I like, and to some degree I don't. by the second lap, the tires are hot, and we do a hot lap setup, and the initiation was a drag race. So once my tires were hot, I couldn't really hook quite as well as his car to keep up with him. You know, I even cut the corner and everything, trying to stay on his door, but as we got off, the car got a little bit squirrely on the run up, and by then, I mean, he just started to gap me. I pedaled the car to where there was like no wheel speed, trying to keep it in drift, but moving as quick as it possibly could. I just couldn't keep up with him. So he took the win, you know. It's just how it is sometimes. So we, after the event, you know, we have a little bit of work ahead of us for testing the car, trying some new things to get it to be a little bit faster, a little more competitive with what we have. You know, we're not quite ready yet to go into a full motor swap type situation, but you know, we're getting there. Everything is like a step forward at this point. You know, we haven't had any big fallbacks. I don't feel like, you know, the team is strong, the car is strong. We just got to learn to work with what we have for right now, and so we're gonna, you know, make some changes to the car. And luckily, round 3 is a fairly small track, so I think we're looking forward to coming out and doing pretty well there.